I am crashing out. Our nanny just left us, and I need to talk about this. Hello guys, welcome back. Forgive me, I'm hiding in my car. And once you guys have children, or if you already have children, you understand. Today's gonna be a vulnerable episode. As you guys know, if you follow me on some other social media accounts, my nanny left. And I've been wanting to talk about nannies, having a nanny. I'm gonna be answering all of our nanny questions today in regards to how much do you pay your nanny? How do you get a nanny? What is the nanny's responsibility? Why do you have a nanny? Why is having a nanny so judged? And guess what? I used to talk shit. I said, when I have a kid, no one's watching my kids. I want to do everything myself. I want to be a hands-on mommy. Well, guess what? I am. Let's get into it. I have a few of your questions here. Why did you and your family decide to hire a nanny in the first place? For freedom, to make me a better mom, to make me a better wife, to make me a better everything, to give me a sense of security that I have 3 people watching my kids. I think what people are misled to understand is, oh, you have a nanny so you don't spend time with your children. Well, guess what, guys? I have a nanny so I can spend more time with my children. Working or working out is the only time I'm away from my children, but having the flexibility to step away and work when you want to and work out when you want to is such a freedom that I experienced having a live-in nanny that I need back in my life. Before I even made my first $1 million, I always said, when I make $1 million, I'll have a baby. And I always said that because I wanted to be a present mom. I wanted to spend time with them. I didn't want them to be in daycare. I didn't want them to be raised by somebody else. And that's great, right? So I worked very, very hard to accomplish this. In the beginning journey of my motherhood, I looked at motherhood and said, I am doing this solo. I'm doing this by myself. It's my baby. I'm going to do everything. I don't need help. I think that I did struggle a little bit, obviously, but I got a nanny, and I think I got a nanny twice a week when my son hit 7 months. Really a babysitter. She came twice a week to help me. Honestly, it was life-changing. I got to go to the store. I got to run errands. I got to do things that I couldn't do with a baby. So I was like, okay, like maybe I do need help just to function and run a household. So then I had more goals that I wanted to accomplish professionally, and I needed help, right? So then my nanny went from 2 to 3 times a week to full-time, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. What I love about having somebody helping me is the flexibility. I have somebody helping me so I can book that 10 a.m. Pilates class, pour into me for an hour, and come back and enjoy the rest of the day with my children. I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous about having her start. Was very uncomfortable with having somebody live in my space and being like a boss. For me, my personality naturally is I want to become your friend because I want to be friends with everybody. So I was more nervous if I could handle that role within my household. How did having a nanny impact your day-to-day life as a mom? It made me a better mom. Like, I am so much more of a relaxed, fun mom because I love parenting with another woman. This is no shade to the men out there, but like, women just have that intuition and they're like 10 steps ahead of you. They know what you need before you need it. For example, like I jump in the pool with Jazzy and James, we're having fun, and then, thunder and lightning might hit and we're getting out of the pool. I'm forgetting, oh my gosh, I just forgot the towels. She is literally there with 3 towels waiting for me. She knew, oh, there's no towels around. Let me go get towels. She was always like steps ahead of me. Even right now, I don't have a nanny. Like, I'm thinking about the dishes. I'm thinking about the laundry. I'm thinking about a million things that moms constantly think about and that they need to do. Taking the recycling bin out, this, that, whatever. When I start thinking like those, I can start getting quicker with my kids, and having a nanny like completely took that away. Like, I am fun. I am loving. I am present. I am obsessed. with my children, and I am like loving it because guess what? When I'm with them, I know the laundry is getting done. I know the dishes are getting cleaned. And so there's nothing that I'm thinking about besides business and my kids. And in my opinion and in my life, that's like what I want to think about. What are some things people don't realize about what having a nanny actually looks like? I think I've done a great job explaining that on this episode. It just looks like freedom. It's the ultimate freedom. It's the ultimate ability to do what you want when you want. Like if my friends called me and said, hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? I could say yes if I had a live-in nanny. But if they call me right now and say, hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? I would have to call a babysitter, pray to God that one's available in such a short notice, and then like have somebody come over who's not really familiar with the house and the kids. Like, no, that's the whole point of having a nanny. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing because with a live-in nanny, when somebody calls you and you genuinely want to go do something, you can. Why do you think there's such a stigma around having a nanny? I don't know. Now that I've had a nanny, I haven't had a nanny, now I don't have a nanny, I will never understand the stigma around having a nanny. I think the stigma is straight up jealousy. Like, it's almost like a block. Like when I was like, oh, I want to be doing it all myself. Like I want to be raising my kids. I raise my kids. I do everything still myself. They just help when I need the extra set of hands. But I think it comes from jealousy. And I think it comes from a place that they know their family might never be there financially to have a nanny. Like I know many, many people that in 1 second would have a nanny, but they can't financially pay somebody's salary, which I couldn't at the time. When I couldn't pay for a nanny's salary was when I was like, I'll do it on my own, blah, blah, blah. So whether it's jealousy or it's a place of scarcity, I think that's what makes women speak out against nannying. But let me know in the comments if you agree or don't agree on that. Did you struggle with any guilt or judgment around having a nanny? Yes. Especially a live-in nanny. I did not tell anybody that I had a live-in nanny for like the longest time till I realized everyone who I would trade places with in life have live-in nanny, because I feel like for me, I was like, oh my God, motherhood's so hard. I'm looking at these influencers, these people that are with all their kids all the time. Usually do have a nanny. It took me a second to step into the nannying world before I realized like, oh my God, everybody that I looked up to financially or in business or just in their lifestyle had a nanny. But I told nobody. And even when I like explained my live-in situation, I probably like really sugarcoated it at the time. And that's just because I was insecure about the people around me. But if they're judging me for having a nanny, then honestly, they have bigger problems in life, because you want to have a nanny. And that's why I'm speaking out on this subject and on this topic. And that's also like one thing that I'll always be real about, switching my mindsets. Like you guys will see me gradually be like, I did have this view, but this is my view now. I hope you guys appreciate that growth. You know, like, again, I went from not telling anybody that I had a nanny to now making a YouTube video around having a nanny and the logistics of it. Now that your nanny has left, but what's been the biggest adjustment for you and your family? The household work, the laundry, the dishes. I am just cleaning nonstop. I'm just literally cleaning. I was on such a good rhythm with my nanny. I spoke to this team at this time. I spoke to this country at this time. I spoke to that. And now without my live-in nanny, like, the flexibility is gone. I love spending time with my kids, so that really didn't change whatsoever. I think the biggest adjustments have been cleaning and my business, honestly. Jesse and I like battle between whose like activity or work is more important. Like if I have something at 3 and he has something at 3, we're like, okay, so whose 3 o'clock is more important and how do we gauge that? And that's probably been the biggest difficult, like when it comes to not having a nanny. I honestly was heartbroken over losing her. And it's so funny because I didn't even want a live-in nanny. It was something that I feel like I got bullied / tricked into. And I went from like, oh my God, this is a 30-day like test period. How can I get out of this? To I genuinely thought she was like a family member. It takes me so long to trust someone. What advice do you give other moms who are considering hiring a nanny but are hesitant and judged? Do it. I found an angel to be my first nanny. Like, she is a real life angel. She says she'll come back to me. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. She's in her country, safe in her country now. But if she did, I would genuinely think she was an angel coming back to me. Like, I have visions of her walking down my driveway. My son has told me he misses her. So I think also finding a good nanny. Like, I might get another nanny and she just might not be a good fit for my family. My nanny, like, genuinely loved my children as if they were hers. And that's rule number one. I can feel energy. So I can feel the energy you're giving my children. And if it's off in any manner, you have to leave. Everyone's like, what do you pay? What do you pay? What do you pay? It depends. I would say the price range is from, $1,000 to $4,000, depending on if it's a 5-day, if it's a 7-day, 24-hour type of situation. My nannies are not like that. They're not like on standby. I have like a clear schedule. They have breaks. And again, like, I want them to be happy, because if they're happy, then I know that they're pouring that energy into my kids. I would be very specific in the roles that you want them to play. So this is our layout. We'll be very transparent, very honest with our nannies. My nannies really hold like a dual role of cleaning and nannying. Like, for me, it's pretty much 7 to 7. I co-sleep with our kids. We put our kids down. But why I say 7 o'clock and I say wake up at 7, because the household is usually woken up around 7 o'clock. Hopefully she's down, maybe prepping some breakfast, putting some sausages in the air fryer for me. My kids aren't like nannying kids. So they don't want like the nanny to like dress them and stuff, which a lot of people who have live-in nannies, like, that is definitely a job. My son is just like, obviously wants to be with his parents, but he does love his nanny at the same time. So we kind of handle the kids, and then the nanny would handle like packing the lunch boxes, just like prepping like his uniform or whatever. And then James goes to school. So then she starts clean the house. And then she would take her break, because usually I've been with Jazzy this whole time because I was breastfeeding her. And then James comes back from school at 3 p.m. And then from 3 p.m. to like 5 p.m. is our family time. We're outside in the pool. In regards to like being strict with our nannies, I know people that are very strict with their nannies, and I respect that so much. My focus is more on their happiness. I always want them to be happy, because if they're happy, then I know my kids will be happy. But yeah, I just wanted to be transparent. I wanted to talk nannying. I think it's literally the best thing in the world if you can find the right one for your family. Every family situation is different, and there's no shame in doing what works best for you. Jesse and I do not have family here. So I don't have in-laws that I can just drive the kids to, drop them off, and go get my nails done. So this is what works for our family. And yeah, I'm just so thankful to, one, be in a position where I can have a nanny, and two, I just want to educate everybody, because there's really amazing, life-changing nannies out there. And if you are blessed by one, that can make your family unit so strong and so good. So instead of them being such a stigma, they should be like praised, in my opinion. Raising kids is hard, and then raising somebody else's kids, like teachers, is even harder. Thank you for tuning in to my rant about nannies. I was crashing out hard. I was so emotional. I'm just so sick of people feeling bad or hiding that they have a nanny. I love talking to you guys. I love spending time with you guys. I love the feedback that I have received. To everybody that's subscribed, do you know that when you subscribed, I got an email that you personally subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I opened up every single one of those emails. I appreciate every comment or like or subscribe, because this is such a new baby project that I've been working on, and it's my digital diary. It's just what's going on in my life and what I want to talk about and what's relevant in the world and in the season that I'm in. So I hope this inspires you in some way if you're not in the season I'm in, or I hope that the transparency of talking about these different things either makes you look into wanting to do it as well, or just opens your eyes as to like what's out there for you. Love you guys. I will see you next week.